Open case number 112-15, premises at 4380 West 29th Avenue. This is a request for a waiver of board rule article 3.1 regarding filing deadline.
Mr. Chair, I'd like to read the relevant rule into record, along with the rule that would allow the board to waive provisions of the article. Article 3, paragraph 1. All applications should be filed in the office of the board within 15 days of the action to be reviewed, unless an extension of this period is authorized by the staff of the agency issuing the action. If the issuing agency fails to extend the filing period, the staff of the board shall accept the application with the provision that the board will consider and decide any waiver of this rule at a special initial hearing in open session. The waiver provision is Article 8, amendment or suspension of rules. The suspension of any of the rules of procedure may be ordered at any meeting by unanimous vote of the members present if such suspension is not contrary to the letter or spirit of the provisions of the General Revised Municipal Code or the Denver Zoning Code. And in this case, you have been given an explanation by the city about the action that what they consider to be the zoning action that needs to be appealed, and why they believe that this was dated July 7th, 2015, rather than the August 24th, 2015 date given by the appellant. You should also have a letter from Foster Graham, which represents the landowners, and a response by the appellant, Mr. Lacey, explaining why he believes that the rule should be waived due to both what he thinks is an inconclusive deadline for any zoning action and because he believes there's substance that needs to be reviewed.
And those documents?
They were emailed to you yesterday. I do have copies of them for the board to review, or rather one copy for the board to review. And
can you remind me, I read it, what was it, was it 15 days?
15 days.
And how many days was it until they submitted? Not based on their date, but on the date of
the city says 50.
50. Okay.
And again, the board has on occasion looked at the 15-day rule and waived it when they thought either there was a good reason why the appellant could not have discovered when the action actually took place, or when they felt there was sufficient substance so they didn't want the case to be dismissed on a technicality. And that's the board's decision.
There were a lot of questions in there about whether we should consider the date that the planning department made their decision and the date that it was recorded. And there's a lot of questions about what is the actual date that we should consider, for determining that filing deadline.
Do we have any documentation that shows the discrepancy on those dates?
Yeah, there's quite a bit of it in that, yeah. Enough, that makes me think that we should at least fix the time to consider all of the evidence and see what we think the actual situation is.
I think there's enough documentation here that we may need to go into executive session so that we can go back and review all the documents and the discrepancies regarding the date. And I don't know if we could do that today, but we could probably do it. If we can't do it today, do it next week and come back on the record. That's just my list.
Yes, Ms. Susan.
The date would have to be October 20th because the board will not be meeting next week. The hearing itself will be on October 22nd, if it goes well.
Okay. Anybody else have any feelings on that?
I think it's an important item. I mean, it's worth reviewing it. Yeah, I'll close one.
Mr. Schultz.
My review, I feel the development should go forward, but I'm not against taking it into consideration and talking about it in a meeting if that's what you guys feel is necessary. I think I got my head around it enough to move, but doesn't sound like I would get that support, so.
Mr. Reed?
Sure, I'll jump in the board.
So if you want to make a motion, do it.
Mr. Chair, case number 112-15, property at 4380 West 29th. I move that we take this case regarding the request for waiver of board rule filing deadline into executive session and come back on the record.
For a second.
I'm sorry, I did not hear that. Thank you. A motion was made by Ms. Roberts-Taylor to take the case under advisement and into executive session to review the evidence and to make a decision on the record at a later date. And that's
Mr. Schultz, did you have a question?
Or after. Can we take it in executive session now? I don't know that this is the tonic review here. It's just us all getting our head around understanding.
Well, we can do it again, provided you're what might be.
Well, you guys tell me. I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah, I'd rather get it done. I'd rather get it done.
I would go.
Yeah, and come back on the right here.
you want to, do you remember, would you like to go to the office?
No, it's from your office.
Well, did you end up taking the vote on this?
Oh, yeah.
No, I did not. That was discussion. So, let me take a vote. Mr. Schultz?
Aye.
Mr. Reed? Aye. And Mr. Chair?
Aye.
We are on the record, Mr. Chair.
Okay, I'm gonna go back on the record and, recall case number 112-15, premises at 4380 West 29th Avenue.
Mr. Chair, in case 112-15 at 4380 West 29th Avenue, I move that we deny a request for the waiver.
Good.
A motion was made by Mr. Schultz to deny the request to waive the 15-day filing rule. That was seconded by Mr. Reed.
Any other discussion on the motion? Please take the vote.
Mr. Keating?
Aye.
Ms. Roberts-Taylor? Aye. And Mr. Schultz?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve the minutes from the September 29th meeting as written.
Second.
Please take the vote.
Mr. Keating?
Aye.
Mr. Schultz?
Aye.
And Mr. Waddell?
Aye.
Mr. Chair, I move that we complete the meeting
So much for adjourn.
and go to lunch. Yes.
Second. Okay.
Mr. Reed, it was who's second?
Yeah,
Okay, good. Aye.
Aye.